everybody. Good to have you. Thanks for joining us. Today, we got a special friend coming to us all the way from the great state of Colorado. But before we get to her, let's go ahead and roll the intro, shall we? Welcome to Wheelchair Wednesday. All right, welcome to the stage, Miss Ashley Wilkie. What's going on, lady? How are you?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
Doing pretty good. As I always say to all my fellow friends and wheel members, not bad for a cripple guy. Ooh.
Exactly.
Some people take offense to that, and I'd like to think, like, in my generation growing up, like, you know, it's kind of like, hey, man, that we'll take that word. What's wrong with that? I like it. We'll use it.
Oh, yeah. I don't care about, someone calling me a cripple. I mean, unless they're saying it in a very derogatory way, but.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, first of all, thanks for coming on the show. Great to have you. Come to find out, you are now our 101st episode. So congratulations on that. And, the first question I'm going to ask you is probably one that you get all the time. A lot of people in wheelchairs, you start talking to somebody and you're like, hey, just let me know if it's out of line, but how did it happen? You know what I mean? You get that all the time.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and get that out of the way and tell everybody how it happened and what your injury is.
All right. So I have a spinal cord injury from T11 to L2, incomplete. And so it happened about 4.5 years ago, March of 2021. And me and my ex-husband, we were on drugs. We weren't at the time. We were in a very toxic domestic violence relationship, and it had just become too toxic at that point for me, and I realized, we need to separate. And
All right.
I didn't realize that leaving a domestic violence situation is the most scary time and dangerous time. So we were on our way to the methadone clinic, and I was driving on the highway. And I told him, I'm like, we're done. We just need to separate. I want to try to get sober. And this song came on, and he was being very immature, and I said it was his song. It's called Mood, that basically he's always in a fucking mood.
Mm-hmm.
And he proceeded to start pouring Mountain Dew on me for some whatever reason. And then he jerks the wheel a little bit, and I look at him, I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, Ashley, you want to see something really crazy? And he jerks the steering wheel at 70 miles an hour. And he was a truck driver, semi-truck driver. So he said he definitely knew what he was doing. He wanted us to go off this bank and pretty much kill us.
Dang.
Yeah, he admitted that he didn't want me to be with anybody, and he didn't want to live without me. So very selfish. And thank God I turned it in time, and I actually didn't flip the car. It went in circles, and it went into the median, and the median was kind of like, a dip. And I have Crohn's disease, and I took prednisone for 10 years. It's a steroid. And so it made my bones very weak, and I didn't know that at the time that I had osteoporosis. So when we're spinning and we went into the median, my car went on the, it lifted on the right side. And when it came back down, um, I felt a pop. And then all of a sudden, very like, when your leg falls asleep, that needle pain everywhere. And I tried moving my legs and I couldn't. And I instantly knew that I was paralyzed. And he's an asshole. Of course, he's completely fine. And
Oh, yeah, of course.
he gets out and he's yelling at me. And I'm like, I can't fucking feel my legs. And, a guy came over and he was a Army paramedic. And he actually helped hold me up while I was waiting for the ambulance. And, the ambulance took me and I was in ICU for about 30 days. My lung collapsed. I was having issues with bowel stuff and blood pressure. I had pneumonia, just a bunch of things. And then I spent 30 days in rehab. So, yeah, now I try to advocate. Yeah, now I try to advocate for, domestic violence and try to, warn women that you don't want to end up like me or worse.
Right. All right. Yeah, it's a noble cause for sure. Being alive for 39 years now, I've ran into my case of assholes. I've seen them. I've dealt with them. Some guys are just born to be shit and ain't nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thank you, Ben Tipton, for the fist bump, buddy. This is a live show, so if we do get anybody that comments live about any questions or anything like that, I'll let you know. Now, you've been in the chair, that was how long ago?
About 4.5 years.
Okay. So with that time in the chair, you've noticed some pet peeves about chair life. What is one of your biggest pet peeves about life in a chair?
There's quite a few. Well, for one, I really hate it when, someone starts talking to you and they don't even say hi or anything and they ask, how'd you get in a chair?
Right. Like, motherfucker, tell me hi first. Damn. Like, you can't say, geez. Yeah, I feel you on that one.
Yeah. Or something, or like, and I know people like do it out of, they think like they're being kind and everything, but, we can't do certain things. So like things that we can do, we want to do. And so another pet peeve is like when someone just comes and starts helping you without asking, especially starts pushing you. Yeah.
Yep, that's something usually in public. I drive my van, so my power chair connects to that. So luckily nobody's trying to push me in my power chair, but I hate when they get in front of you and they try to open the door and then they stand right in front of you and you're like, I got to go that way, bro. Like, you got to move. Your feet are in the way. You know what I mean? These things are heavy.
Exactly.
Eric says, Ashley, I'm so proud of you for doing the next right thing. You are an inspiration to so many. And Layla says we should do one. Sure, I'm with you. Ring the bell. Frick yeah. Now, what is your biggest fear about living life in a chair?
Honestly, and maybe it's just my past. Like I've gone through a lot of abusive relationships, unfortunately, and I think my biggest fear is really not being able to protect myself, right? Because it's like someone's coming at you. It's not like you can run away.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can throw some good punches, but And I guess I could always get a concealed carry to ease that fear, but yeah, that's definitely one thing, is not really being able to protect myself.
So that's what I have here in Michigan. It's open carry, but you can also get, concealed. And I went and did the training. It was like $100. This guy did it out of his house. He's an old retired Army sergeant or something like that. It's an 8-hour course. Usually, if you can do it and you know the stuff, you're pretty good at it. You can fly by it in about 5 to 6 hours. But no, like, so it really is. It eases your fear and tension, because I myself am very, like, anxious, and, like, I get anxiety when I'm out and about, especially around a lot of people, especially nowadays, what's going on.
Exactly.
So every time I leave my house now, I carry a 9mm pistol with me, no matter where I go. I train with it all the time. I learned about it. You know what I mean? I spent my whole life around stuff like that. So it's like, I really do. That's one thing that I would advocate for, is to learn about guns, learn about gun safety, get a gun, learn how to use it safely. And, you know what I mean? If you ever need it, you got it.
Yeah, I used to have a 12 gauge shotgun and a 357 Magnum. I got rid of that when I had my son, and now, with disability, it's like we don't really get much money. And I'm on SSI, so it's like it's not a priority, unfortunately.
Right. Yeah, and they're not cheap either. A decent weapon. I mean, you can go out and get one for $100, but you're gonna get what you pay for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and since I have a kid, it's like a safe is a must.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, I hear you there. That's something to look forward to. Maybe one of your projects. You know what I mean? That's what everybody, I think, should do.
Definitely.
This is one that gets a lot of laughs and cries sometimes even. Dating/married. What's your deal on that?
Well, right now, unfortunately, I'm still married to that asshole. He is in Arizona, and I'm looking into divorcing, when I don't know where the hell he's at. But with everything that I've gone through right now, I'm very content on being alone. And, I've done therapy for every week for 4 years. And even though I've kind of forgiven him and everything, it's like, it's still going to be in the back of my mind. Am I able to trust this person?
Right.
Because my ex, we had a 15-year history. And, I thought I knew him, and it turned out that I really didn't. So yeah, I think that's one thing that I'm going to struggle with if I ever do get in a relationship again, is trust.
Right. Yeah, that's a big one. That's one of the big T words. What about something that you wish you could do that you're no longer able to do? What up, TSK? Good to see you, buddy. 21 slugs.
Well, I mean, let's say we can do most things. It just takes longer, and, we have to change how we do it. But
Right.
I really miss riding my Harley. So hopefully, maybe one day I can get a trike with, hand controls and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So,
oh, yeah. That's definitely doable. I know a couple guys that's got them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I definitely miss that.
Yeah, thinking about it too, it's like, because a lot of people are like, well, we can do, like you said, we can do everything. Like going to golf, for instance. I haven't tried it yet, but I know you can get those things where you stand up and do it. But it's still not going to be the same for me. You know what I mean? Because, like, man, getting up on that early morning, hitting up your buddies and going on the course, that was the best, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I love golf too.
Yep. So let me ask you this one. If you could fix one thing about your paralyzed body, what would it be?
Probably sexual function because for some reason, like I can kind of move my legs a little bit, but I don't have feeling there whatsoever.
Hmm.
So, that kind of sucks.
Yeah. Yep. I definitely feel you there. No pun intended. But yeah, that's so. I mean, and that's another thing too. Is a lot of people say, well, it's different. You know, you're gonna find a different way to do it. It's a different type of feeling. It's a different all around. I mean, I'm sure for everybody, it's a different story. But I'm kind of with you there, where it's like it's for me, it's not the same. I guess I don't have feeling, but it's almost like goosebumpy. If something's happening or whatever, almost like it's like if I sit on a lighter or something, I can start feeling like a weird goosebumpy feeling. Do you ever get like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like sometimes it feels just like pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Right. Yeah. Yep. I'm with you there. I mean, man, that region, if you could fix that region, I guess being paralyzed wouldn't be all that bad, huh?
Right.
What about your pain level? You in any pain at all?
Oh yeah. Every day. And I mean, like I said, I have Crohn's, and after I got my colostomy bag, that helped that a lot. But yeah, man, that hardware hurts. I'm sure like
Mm-hmm.
especially when it gets cold or there's a big dip in temperature change. I am definitely feeling it.
Yeah, it's amazing to me still to this day. And like when we were younger, we never understood, grandma and grandpa like, ooh, the bones, and it's you could tell the weather's changing. And we're like, what are you talking about? I mean, you guys are just old or whatever. But now that like, yeah, you said the hardware and everything else, it's crazy how your body kind of feels it and it will react to the environment around it. Also the water. Who in the hell in their right mind drinks 2 damn liters of water every damn day? Like even more. You're supposed to drink like what, 4 liters or something?
Yeah.
I'm like, how?
Yeah, and I have, now with my injury, like I'm kind of incontinent, and it's like, I have overactive bladder now, and yeah, it's definitely a challenge.
Yeah, so you don't want to drink too much water because then you're gonna end up, either messing yourself, or you're gonna, like have to cat every 2 seconds. And then it's
Right.
like, yeah, so then it's like, well, if I don't drink water, then I'm just going to be in pain. So it's like you're balancing all these different things. Man, you're right. It is a pain.
Yeah.
It's definitely not for the weak-hearted. I'll put it that way.
Oh no.
Thanks for all those likes, by the way, guys. Appreciate you. And Slugs, it's coming. Don't you worry about it. It's coming. Just give it time. I got people talking to us live, so he's wondering what was happening to the videos I got going. I got so many things in the works, it's crazy. Trying to get back to it. What is the thing that helped you the most after your injury?
Like, what do you mean? Like for accepting it?
So, like, for me, I would say, like, to give you an example, would be like my family, like being right there with me. Like, it was something that I could lean on and be like, okay. Like, at least I got you guys with me, you know what I mean? Like, and they kind of helped me bust out of my funk, so to speak. Like, that was for me. But for you, like, for what helped you kind of like, yeah, kind of like, I guess, bust out of your funk, you know what I mean?
Honestly, like it was a little different for me. And unfortunately, this happened during COVID, so I was able to have like friends and whatnot come and visit me, but my son wasn't allowed to. So
Damn.
I couldn't see him for a whole month. But I would definitely say my son, I never really had that depression period. I mean, I do get sad here and there that, you know, our lives are so much harder now.
Mm-hmm.
But I do a lot of self-talk, and I guess I was just so thankful that I was alive. And I know that no matter anybody's situation, it can always be worse. Um, you know, not any offense to our friends or anything, but it's like I could be paralyzed from the neck down and be complete,
Mm-hmm.
you know, or dead, you know, or whatever. And walking actually hurt me anyway with my Crohn's. So it's like, in a way, I wouldn't say it's easier, but okay, for example, trick-or-treating last year, I was in huge stomach pain, and it's like if I was walking, I wouldn't have been able to take my son trick-or-treating.
Mm-hmm.
But since I was in the chair, you know, it wasn't an issue. I
Right.
just put my, you know, power assist on and go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel you there. It's almost kind of like I don't know. I don't know. It's. I get what you're saying though. It's like an easy feeling. I never had the Crohn's disease, but being in the chair is almost like, you know, you don't have to worry about standing up to go walk and getting tired because your feet hurt or whatever. You're like, I got a chair. I always make the joke, oh, I would give you a chair, but I'm kind of using mine. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Um,
So,
what about traveling? Do you like travel?
um, you know, I haven't done much traveling since I've been in the chair. Unfortunately, my license was suspended, and I'm in the process of getting that back in a car. But when I was a kid, I we pretty much went to 48 states every single summer. We would get in the motorhome and, you know, go to places. And it, I want to travel, especially to, like, you know, Alaska. But now I saw in an article that um, the airlines basically won't be responsible for like breaking our chairs.
Yeah,
Um,
I seen that too.
yeah, and it's like I cannot understand that whatsoever. These people don't realize that that's our fucking legs,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Like we have to depend on that. And I couldn't even imagine life without a chair. It's like, you know, we hate the chair, but at the same time, it gives us some type of independence.
Right. And for me, like, I've never been. I would never get on an airplane. I'm just not the guy. Like even before my accident, nope, sorry. There's nowhere in this world that I would rather like to go that I can't get to in a car. You know what I mean? Like, and not
Yeah.
even a boat. Like, I'm not getting on a boat either. Like, I am good in the continental United States of America. Like, I am fine. There's plenty of places for me to see around here, and I can drive there.
Yeah.
But I understand, like, for people that are, you know, people that I seen this one basketball guy. He plays international basketball in a wheelchair, and they completely like shattered his wheel. And he was like, "How am I supposed to get one? Like, I can't even play now. I don't even have a replacement." Luckily, he found one, but like, he was like, "Come on!" And then the airline wasn't going to help him do anything, and they weren't going to give him no money. They weren't going to, you know what I mean? So I was like, "Yeah, that seeing that kind of put it in perspective to where it's like, damn, man, that's kind of shitty," because we were just at the point to where you could get on an airline with a wheelchair, and they'll strap you in.
Yeah.
So, like, we're just starting to do that, but then they want to take away them to, you know, recompensate you for something if something goes wrong.
Well, yeah, and also think about like, you know, one day I would love to go to Ireland. I've got family there, and can you imagine that whole flight not being able to get up and pee?
Right.
Like we would have to sit there with the blanket or something and try to cath, and it's like, wow.
Yeah, it's a pain, and like for cathing too, especially. This one thing I learned today, and this is kind of off topic, but since we're here talking, you ever heard of Vapro Plus pockets?
No.
They're by a company called Hollister. I know you've heard of Hollister.
Yeah, I have my ostomy from them.
Yeah, so these Vapro pockets, I wish I had one to show you. They come in this little like package, and you open them up, and they're little like catheters. You got the bag and the cath, and you can just use it. And kind of what we do is hang them up in the car or something until we get to a garbage, and then we'll throw them away or empty them and throw them away. Come to find out, these things are going for $400 for a box of 30 of them, which makes each one of them worth $13 a piece. I was like, you gotta be kidding me right now. Like, if I'd known they were worth that much, I would have probably held on to them and not touched them and put them in the back corner somewhere or something. I don't know. Stacked them up like gold.
Yeah, like that's $13 a piss.
Yeah, $13 a piece, $13 a piss. I like it. Actually, coming with the heat. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, you think about it. How much would it cost to make them? Probably like 70 cents a piece, 70 cents a piece.
Oh yeah, the medical system is complete bullshit. Like
Right.
I used to be a CNA, and yeah, I couldn't believe the charging $600 for a bag of saline. Like, you got to be kidding me.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, we could go all day about that, but we won't. Yeah, if you could go back to the accident, before the accident, and you could choose not to get in the car and figure out a way to avoid that accident, but you get to go living your life regular, but you lose all of your knowledge and what you've learned to this day. Would you do that, or would you stay where you're at?
Honestly, I would stay where I'm at. The only thing that I think I would change is I took the blame and I lied and protected him, and it really wasn't for him. It was mainly for my dad and my son. I didn't want my dad to like lose his job, with taking care of my son and everything. And like the thing that sucks is I recently found evidence like of him in a video saying that he did that, and of course it was a year too late.
Oh yeah.
So that would probably be the only thing I would change.
Yeah, it gets tricky when you think about the aspects of what you've gained since then, but also what you've lost and what you could have had. You know what I mean? I don't know. I like to think that God puts us on a mysterious path and we just have to run it. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yep. All right. Well, a couple more questions and then we got to get out of here. What about hobbies? What do you do for hobbies?
Well, I definitely like swimming. I also love building these, they're called book nooks, and they're actually,
My fiance needs a book nook. She's got tons of books.
Yeah, they're like little things that go on a bookshelf, and you look inside, and like this one's a witch Halloween, and there's a bunch of potions in there and whatnot.
Dude, those things are cooler than snot. I'm gonna have to check those out.
Yeah.
Do you sell them online or something?
No. I make them and like keep them, for myself. Right now I'm kind of like running out of space. But I also like to paint. I recently made a blanket. Video games are probably my number one thing I like to do.
Shut your mouth. Are you kidding me? That's what I do. What kind of games do you play?
Right now I am playing Alien Rogue and Silent Hill 2. I just got the new Silent Hill, so I haven't played that yet, but I'm excited for that.
What console are you playing?
PS5.
Ooh, PlayStation gal, huh?
And I love Nintendo too, though.
Yeah, I'm an Xbox guy through and through. I love all the other ones. I grew up PlayStation, but the Xboxes just fit my hand better for some reason. I like the way it feels.
Yeah, and isn't the Xbox like cheaper too than PlayStation?
I don't know. I've heard a couple different things. I mean, it just depends. I really think. I mean, right? Because right now you can get a Series X, which is what I have, Xbox Series X, and it's like the huge one, the big tower, and those are still going for $800. So
Oh, well,
yeah, I mean that's right around what I paid for mine. But you can get one for 600. You can get one for 400. It just depends what you want. You know, do you want one that has been played, or do you want a brand new one, or do you want one that's slim? You can get the slim for like 350, 400. And that's brand new.
okay.
So they're not too bad because everything's digital now, which
Yeah.
sucks. But you know,
The
um,
memory is really where it's at. Like games take so much memory, so
yeah. In order to play a new one, you got to delete all the other ones. Right now I'm waiting for Battlefield 6 to come out. And
okay.
I pre-bought that, so I'm a big Battlefield fan. I got that, and then I'm also playing this game. I don't know if they have it for PlayStation, but it's called Kingdom Come Deliverance. You ever heard of that?
No.
It's like an old medieval game. And you're like in the 1400s. You play some knight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But yeah, I don't know. I'm into all kinds of different things. Grand Theft Auto, whatever passes the time. That's one thing. If you're in a chair and you ain't got nothing else to do, like your video games is where it's at. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah. You know, and it works your brain too. A lot of
Hmm.
people think it's just like, you know, oh, you're just sitting there doing nothing, and it's like, kind of, but not really.
Yeah, my doctor, his name was Dr. Wong. He's from University of Michigan. He came into where my healthcare was being at my rehabilitation. And I was playing Xbox. I was playing Assassin's Creed. And I was like, let me turn this off for you. And he was like, no, 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 no. He's like, keep going. It's good for your brain. Your, what do you call it? What's it called? Your reactive thing or whatever. I don't know. There's a name for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, hand-eye coordination. That's what it is. It's good for your hand-eye coordination, is what he said. Get your brain back running. Damn, we spent way too much time on video games. I love them. I'm sorry. I love video games. That's what I do.
Yeah. Same here.
What about? I'll ask you two more questions. What about the type of chair you got? Do you know what type of chair you got?
Yeah, it's custom made to me, but it's a Apex.
Mm-hmm. I got one of those. I got a motion composite Apex. Yep.
Okay.
What's
Yeah,
Oh, go
manual.
ahead. Oh, it's a manual. Do you have a name for it?
Oh, no. You know, I know a lot of people like name their chairs and like name their even like stoma for their ostomy, and I don't know. I've kind of thought about it, but I haven't had one that has like stuck, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel it. My manual, I just call it Old Blue because it just hangs out and it's black and blue. And I'm like, hey, Old
Yeah.
Blues, it's always there. You know what I mean? If I ever need it. And I do. I get in it every once in a while, especially in the wintertime when we're not going many places. Around the house type of chair. Or if we go on like long trips, I'll take it for hotels or whatever.
I would really like a power chair, but my house was built in the 70s and the door frames aren't exactly that wide.
Oh,
you know?
dang. Right.
Yeah. And then plus you need a van. It's like, and those things cost so much money.
Yeah, and a lot of people, I hate when they ask me, you know, they're like, how much was it? And I'm like, well, to me, it wasn't anything because the insurance paid for it. I was a passenger in a vehicle, I was on a rollover accident, and I had full coverage insurance on one of my vehicles. So that
Oh, wow.
is what paid for all my stuff to get done. And all my medical bills are paid for if it's anything to do with the accident.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I got lucky.
That's nice. Because it's like, you know, we have access to all these things that can help us, but they're not affordable, you know, for
Right.
us.
Yeah, medical stuff is so expensive. Like chairs and all that. It's ridiculous.
My chair costed $17,000.
Yeah.
Like, That is insane.
You want to know? How do you want to tell you how much my damn power chair was?
I'm gonna guess 65.
Close. It wasn't that much. It was about 57.
Okay. Wow.
Yep, 57. And then the van that I got was 74, but they wouldn't pay for it because it was a sports package. So I had to pay $5,400, but they paid 68.
That's not bad at all, though.
No, and I mean, you know, if they're gonna pay for anything, I'm gonna take it. I feel bad about the people that get injured and they don't have what I had, but it's like, that's why I tell everybody, man, like, you know, your kids and everything else, you might want to get full coverage on at least one of your vehicles or something, because if that happens, then they need it. They're gonna need it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Even though it's a little bit extra to pay, which I know it is, it might be worth it. You never know. I was getting ready to quit paying it too. I was that close to stop paying the full coverage, but I'm glad I didn't.
Oh, wow.
All right. Last question I got for you is, what would be the one piece of advice you would give somebody who is newly injured?
I would say try not to focus on all of the bad things and what you can't do anymore. Try to focus, you know, on the positive things, and you can still do a lot of things. You know, you can still go hunting. You know, life isn't over. And I feel like a lot of people, when it happens, they think that my life is over.
Right.
And just, you know, that it's going to be really hard, but you're strong enough to go through it. And, you know, just keep looking at that positive.
Yep. I like it. Keep looking at the positive. Sunny side of life is what they say. All right, Ashley. Well, I appreciate you coming on. Go ahead and stick with me. Anything you got that's like, you know, stuff that you want to share for anybody. Like we're going to share like your Facebook profile in case they want to go follow you or something like that. But anything else, any kind of links or anything else like Twitch or anything like that, let me know. We'll put it down below. For everybody else, Aaron, good to see you. Aaron Schaefer, he's one of our Wheelchair Wednesdays. He just came in. He said, yo, I love watching these. Good to have you. But yeah, everybody else, we'll see you hopefully next Wednesday. And then Ashley, stick with me. We'll talk to you just in a minute. But thanks for watching, everybody. We'll catch you next time here on Wheelchair Wednesday. Peace.